everyone, what's up? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new player review here on FIFA 17. Let's take a look at a second in-form item from this week's Team of the Week, who goes by the name of Sif Nainggolan. So, first thing you notice is he is a member of Club 80 and his stats are incredible. 83 pace, 86 shooting and passing, 89 dribbling, 87 defending and 89 physical. Absolutely ridiculous. He's 5'9", high work rates with the pretty average 3-star skills and weak foot combo. So, I've got a couple of different teams that you could fit him into. The first one would be like this. It's a full Serie A team. This is my Serie A team. It's got lots of special items in it, but he would do a great job as a centre midfielder in any Serie A team. But this is what I actually used him in. It's a 4-3-2-1 side featuring players from the French Ligue 1, the Premier League, and the Italian League, of course. And it's a great midfield there of Dembele, Parolo, and the main man Nainggolan. So, we go on into the in-game stats, and yes, they do look absolutely phenomenal. Lots of greens and dark green stats across the board, with only his free kick accuracy, penalties, and heading accuracy not being in that green colour. If you put a basic chemistry style on him, he gets even more insane, and that's what I used him on today to try and boost stats in every single area. But if you are looking to just increase a couple of different areas, might I suggest the engine, because that will increase his pace, his dribbling and his passing ability, and of course leave that shooting, defending and physical stats as they are. So we move on into the clips part of this video then, and you're going to see it broken down into certain sections. We're currently looking at his defensive responsibility. We'll then look at his passing ability, his attacking runs, his shots, and then finally the goals that I did manage to score with him. But of course, you're not looking for out-and-out goals with a midfielder because that's not his number one job. He's kind of a mix of everything, and that leads me on to the pros and cons. We'll get the negatives out of the way first then, and the first thing I sort of noticed is skill moves, weak foot ability are both very average, and that's all I'll leave it at, is that they're just average. You know, 4-star skill moves can be so important, especially in a great midfielder like Nainggolan. It would just give him an edge that he doesn't currently have. And then the second one I've labelled Master of None. It's sort of half a saying, really. The saying goes, Jack of all trades, but Master of none. And that would be like in reference to, he's great across the board, but he doesn't necessarily excel in one or two particular areas like you find with most players, most informs. You know, someone like Zlatan Ibrahimovic has got impeccable shooting, but he hasn't got great pace or great defending, whereas Nainggolan's got a little bit of everything, but he doesn't necessarily stand out in one particular area. So we move on to the pros. There are a long list of them. I got on pretty well. You'll notice that we're doing some pretty good stuff in the background clips here. His attacking runs are quite impressive, but the first thing I really noticed about Nainggolan would be his stats on his item. You know, you can't even go into a game without having a look at this item and thinking, my god, he looks impressive. 80 plus in every single category is definitely amazing on this game. It's his second item with these sorts of stats. Even his first in form is a member of that Club 80. Now, the next thing I noticed was his work rate in-game. He is like a box-to-box midfielder, and thank God he has got great stamina, because he does seem to last all game long. Even when you're going on crazy attacking runs, he'll then get back. If you get counter-attacked on, he's going to be the midfielder who gets back and helps out in the defensive areas, which is, you know, it's great, and it's definitely worth noting because this guy's all over the pitch all of the time. His dribbling was also good. That is one of the stats that has been increased quite a lot from his first regular item. I use that one quite a lot, so I'm aware of how good his dribbling is on this version compared to his dribbling on his regular item, and I've got to say there's a big improvement there. His passing is also great. We've been past that section of the clips now. You can see that he's got good vision and actual ability to follow through and play those lovely 1-2s and then get into a decent area to play a good through ball to your attacker. He's good at that. He really is. So the one thing that's let me down so far is probably the skill moves. Other than that, he's decent across the board. His strength is also a very impressive stat. When you're looking at the more defensive side of things, he is a very strong player, can hold off or push off players that are going on that attacking run against you, get in the way, intercept, you know, all of that good stuff. He's just decent at that. And then finally, his shooting's pretty good. You know, we had a lot of shots which cannoned off the post or off the bar. But as a centre midfielder, he was sort of getting a goal every other game, which I'm quite impressed with. I wasn't necessarily expecting that, but it did happen. And it just goes to show you that his shooting stats are pretty decent as well. So there you have it. A bit of a crazy player across the board. But like I said, a jack of all trades, maybe a master of none. Sif Nainggolan, I hope you've enjoyed. I liked him. Would I recommend him? Well, I think he's probably very similar to his second in form. Just, again, something for you guys to note when thinking of purchasing him. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.